The secret to pace in FC26 that is not really a secret, but everybody seems to forget about when trying to figure out why a player is slow. And one of the biggest talking points of the day today was, why is my 99 pace Benzema a fraud? Why is he so slow? And there were other players too, and we're going to talk about that very firstly here. We have the full UEFA PrimeTime team leaked, and they all look pretty great. Like the playstyle plus differences or additions all look pretty good. We'll talk about that, plus some interesting news in the gaming world that you might have seen already. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the top of the description. They're the safest and the cheapest option, and you can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. We'll talk about that some because that relates to the open world stuff that we actually got leaks for again today. And thank you guys all for watching and being here. Subscribe if you are new. I appreciate all of you so much. But okay, let's talk about the secret to pace. Okay, so as we know, I think on this channel we've talked about it many times, and you guys kind of know this by now, but playstyles are more important than stats, right? And that's not a shocking revelation, okay? Why is Benzema at 99 pace? Why has Twitter just been clamoring about how he's not really that much faster? Well, a big part of that, of course, is the playstyles. No rapid, no quick step. But one thing that people just forget about that exists that is very important to pace, more than stats to me, and it's not even close. By far, I think the most important thing is playstyles. This is second, though, and that's the acceleration type. People just kind of forgot after, I think it was FIFA 23 was the first year this was implemented, and people kind of forgot since then how important this is in terms of just strictly pace. Because this Benzema with controlled and no playstyles is death, okay? I'm telling you, controlled's the worst of the three. They actually went back, if you guys don't know this. We are back to only 3 acceleration types again. We used to have just lengthy, controlled, and explosive. Then I think it was 2 years ago, we got the mostly lengthy, controlled, lengthy, base controlled, mostly explosive, all that stuff. There was 10 or 12 of them. Now we're back to just the 3. So it's much easier here. So this Benzema is going to be uncontrolled for most of you because you probably ended up putting a finisher on him now, shooting and dribbling, right, with this new 99 pace boost or something along those lines. What you should be doing right now is going and putting a marksman on him or something like that. This L here signifies that he's changing to lengthy. He's now lengthy. He's going to be faster. Now, he does not still have rapid or quick step, so he could be faster here. He's not going to be the fastest player you've ever used before, but that's going to help it. And if you guys aren't sure why lengthy is actually faster than controlled, honestly, I don't know. Lengthy is supposed to be a faster speed over longer distances, but it's far and away, to me, better than controlled, and it's not close. My Nick Voltamata here, okay, is faster than that 99 pace Benzema, and he's got with a chem style, 88 sprint speed, 83 acceleration, but he has lengthy. That controlled Benzema, I guarantee you this Voltamata is going to be either just as fast, maybe even faster. Now, the lengthy Benzema, of course, no, because Voltamata does not have rapid or quick step, so they would be the same, right? Lengthy, no rapid or quick step, then the pace number is everything. But still then no, because height does matter here too. I'm telling you, guys who are taller with higher sprint speed acceleration also end up just being faster. So many things play a part into pace right now, but do not forget acceleration type when you are looking at players for your team, okay? Well, here's Mo Salah. He's explosive. Explosive is the best to me. If you're looking for pure pace, a quick step plus player or a rapid plus player with explosive is going to be the fastest cards in the game. Besides that, though, lengthy is second best. It's going to be explosive, then lengthy, then controlled. Controlled to me does suck. Even Aloe at times with rapid plus, he's got max pace here, or max sprint speed, I should say. There is times when you're like, wait a minute, how did that center back with 78 pace in a shadow just catch him? That's because the center back has lengthy and Aloe has controlled, and that's just what happens. This is despite the fact he has base, quick step, and rapid plus. Of course, he will most of the time outpace players, but there's gonna be some times where you're sitting back how did he not just do that? Well, the reason is because he's uncontrolled. That's the reason. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the secret to pace. And of course, let me know what you guys have been. Sorry, I was trying to find something here. Let me know the fastest cards you guys have used this year and possibly the reasons why you think they're the fastest cards or fraudulent cards, right? Because I actually said yesterday in my video, before the Benzema stuff really started and kicked off today, most of the comments yesterday said, no, this Benzema is not as good as you think. And part of that was because he just didn't seem like he was actually that fast. But okay, hey guys, look at this. We did get the premium mixed leagues upgrade and mixed leagues upgrades returning, and they are slightly different. Well, one of them is slightly different, and that now is that there is no Lib and Sud section inside the mixed leagues upgrade. The packs, of course, still stay the exact same, and everything else actually does stay exactly the same, I believe. It's literally just there's no more Lib and Sud segments in the mixed leagues upgrade, which does make it better. The mixed leagues upgrade now, I think what EA wants you to do is try and grind through these to mainly attempt to help get Lib and Sud players, and Lib and Sud players value has dropped today. I think a lot of that has to do do with the fact that you now can grind through the small prime and small electrum players packs here pretty easily with these new leagues here with bronze players you have in your club and stuff, and the bronze upgrades every day. The supply of Lib and Sud cards should increase, and also demand should slightly decrease because you should pack them more often now that you can do these more. Now, of course, it's still quite time consuming for not great packs, but this does make it like viable. I think that there's going to be some way here later on in the year when the hype dies down on these a little bit, when there's more things to do, like player picks are out, right? People just want to grind out player picks and stuff, when the demand for these cards here and then Lib and Sud cards kind of goes down, where this probably is going to be pretty decent. Like, it shouldn't be a terrible grind, honestly. It's not like the last 2 years, I don't think. It should be more like the first year that we had these, where it's like, okay, it's not FIFA 19 or 20, but this is better than our past couple years. Because then making the jumbo gold pack tradable this year is really nice. Like, you can make some really good coins in these jumbo gold packs. So just making some coins back plus getting some fodder from these nice packs here, like, there's a chance this is good. Of course, is this still lazy? Yes. Let's not get it fucked up. It's still lazy, but at least they're, I guess, listening to a certain degree. Now, also, we did get this icon pick today. There's Beckham there in that challenge, but we did get this icon pick that we did not have leaked. It was actually a different icon pick we have leaked, and they're still coming out, but we did not see yesterday this Schmeichel, Beckham, and Lahm. We just didn't see that. So it's nice to see that there's 3 more pretty solid icons here. People always say Beckham plays above his stats some, so if that's the case, if you've used him, let me know. And nice having an icon keeper, because Schmeichel's a guy you can just put in your team, good chem links, and just keep him there for a long time. But yeah, okay, let's go on to leaks and news now. Okay, we'll start with this actually here to remind you guys. Brian Mbumo should come out today at some point. The schedule sometimes can be wrong by a bit, but it's usually the Friday. Like, this Friday is usually the day that the Prem Player of the Month does come out. So we should see that today. No stat leaks yet for him, so can't really show you that right now of what he might look like. We're kind of going to jump around all over today. So the first thing I want to show you here, though, is this like pack screen again, new packs modified. Couple of interesting things in here, actually. So 2025 rewind pack. We saw that yesterday. There's not really much to say here, but old was international captain's guarantee, and they now overwrote that, sorry. Festival of Football captain's guarantee apparently is a thing that's coming. We've seen the captains promo in previous years, but we have Festival of Football captains, which Festival of Football, does that kind of sound like some sort of Christmassy sort of festive vibe there? It kind of does to me. We actually used to see Festival of Football. That was a promo. It used to be like the FUT was the Festival of Football kind of thing, but that was much later in the year. It wasn't to do with anything festive wise during the winter season. So I don't know. Just thought that was an interesting thing to show you guys. And next up here, we did get the hero reveal. So it's Lauder, De Rossi, and Salgado, which we knew from yesterday's video, but we now have the official stats for these cards as well. And nice zoom in there. Lauder is quick step plus center mid, by the way, which, like, this card's nuts. And quick step works off the ball, by the way, if you guys didn't know that, or if you guys didn't really like know how it triggers. You don't need the ball for quick step or quick step plus to trigger. That's why center backs with it are actually, they are faster, because you can accelerate quicker with them when you're defending. So keep that in mind. De Rossi in there with a nice card, 89 defending for De Rossi, and then Salgado intercept plus, pretty solid defensive right back there. But yes, we actually have the full team, and let's take a look at the full team right now. I have it pulled up, and there's a lot of players, so we gotta have to have it a bit zoomed out, and it'll be a bit lower quality as well, because there's just so many damn cards in here. We're so zoomed in. But official stats here, we won't go through and, you know, explain all of them, but some interesting ones I'll read through. So Holland, we've seen Graham Hansen has technical plus, which technical plus definitely is better than what it was post patch. Lamine Yamal makes in the team. We didn't know he would be in here. And by the way, I will interrupt this by saying that we still have like no SBC leaks. I think we have one, and it's not very good. And FUT Police League said don't expect any PrimeTime SBCs to be very good. The icon picks look decent, but the PrimeTime SBCs, don't expect those to be very good. And we will check out the upgrade path here in just a second. But yeah, Saliba in there. Saliba looks amazing. Salgado, we saw Letitia, jockey plus 82 pace, pretty solid. George All makes in the team, and I just been using her base card, and that's a really, really good center back card. Cody Gakpo with incisive plus is cool. Giuli finesse plus. I like seeing these kinds of cards here. This Haraslin card, first touch plus, and some really nice stats for a Slavia Praha player. You know, that's nice to see. Same thing with like Zaruri down here, right? Tiki Taka plus 93 pace. The links are not easy on him, so why not make him pretty good? That's kind of my philosophy, I've always thought. But Rios is in there, nice card. Pavlovich, nice card. All these cards look really good, honestly, and they all can get max +2 that we'll look at in just a second. Xavi Simons, unfortunately, no playstyle plus for him. We saw an Amage's card already. This Kone card looks good, though. 81 pace and Hullet Gang. No playstyle plus, though, unfortunately for him. And there's Esteval's card there, pretty solid. Bonnie, nice press proven plus card. Holding L2 with him is going to be really overpowered. If you guys don't hold L2 with your somewhat bigger strikers, definitely start doing that. We got Brown in here who's got long throw plus. Okay, interesting. Bakambu returns. Haven't seen a special Bakambu in a while. Somehow another Clivert has spawned. Right back Clivert from Lyon. And yeah, that's kind of that. I guess we missed Barcola up there and Militao, of course, too. But yeah, pretty interesting team. Let's look at the upgrade paths now for these guys. And here that is. So we got the first overall boost being 7 points or more in the next 4 matches for the club in the new Champions League format, right? So the overall upgrades are actually, like, they're going to take a while, but the other upgrades in here mixed in can happen pretty quickly. The first upgrade path here that can happen really quickly is this roll plus and then base play style upgrade. A player appearance in a match win. It's pretty easy. Next one being a roll plus plus and also another base play style. If you're an attacker slash midfielder, a goal or an assist in the next 4 matches. A defender is the same thing, but a clean sheet. And then also no yellow or, I think this is or, no yellow or red cards in the next 4 matches, I believe. So I think it's not like they get a yellow card and they can't get the upgrade. I'm pretty sure they just have to do one of the 2 there, but we'll see what EA says about that. And also a playstyle plus, max 1, so they can gain a playstyle plus here. Or 2 more base playstyles if they finish in the top 8 in the league, and then +1 overall if they score 1 goal in 4 separate games. So, okay, that's the upgrade path for the new league we've got. And here's the hero upgrade path, so they can go up by 1 overall if they win 2 of the next 4 matches. And the other upgrades, a roll plus plus, and then 2 playstyles if they score 4 goals in the next 4 matches. So that's that. And then the biggest question was like, hey, where are the SBCs if they're not leaked at all right now? So the SBC that we got here, the only one I think, is Allison. And Allison, to be fair, you know, we kind of need a keeper, right? He's going to be high overall, probably pretty expensive. If you're watching the background, I probably made you look, didn't I? It's not Allison. It's left wing Allison for Sporting. So yeah, this is the first SBC leak, and I'm going to assume it's the best one if it's the first one. Things can always change, of course, but that appears to be what's going on here. And all right, let's talk about this now quickly. So Grand Theft Auto 6, if you guys did not see, has been delayed again now till November 19th, 2026. And apparently I saw a Polymarket tweet, and it said that some employees anonymously told them it's going to be longer than this, and it'll be into 2027. So obviously that's disappointing for all of us. I'm sure this is like a game that literally every one of us is probably going to play at some point. But I bring this up because EA have been planning for this game to release in March for a long time. So I do wonder what kind of content EA had planned for around March time or something like that, and now that's all changed. And now for next year, what are they planning on? Well, they've been planning on an open world game mode that now this is going to have to compete, if it releases in November, really close to the launch of next year's game. And by the way, that is like, EA hates this because Black Friday is like a week later. That's a very important time for EA, and they're gonna take probably a decent sized hit here during next year's Black Friday. So that, I think EA's definitely not happy with this news to me. I think during the March period where they don't really care as much anymore, like, that was perfect for them. November, if it stays November, is bad. But anyway, we now have more leaks about what they're planning for next year, and the open world game mode, and it's what you really expect here. Kickabouts, 2v2 street matches, draw the line, you pass to form shapes, accuracy equals higher score. It's like random miscellaneous games in here, right? You've got rush as well, no keeper rush, actually, balloon ball, foot tennis is in there, open world hub, walk around, watch games in real time, emotes plus world map, and store here, buying cosmetics and stuff like that. So that's what we learned today about the playtest that started. There is screenshots of this, by the way, but I can't show you those screenshots because I get Lee Harvey Oswalded live on camera, but you can go out and find them, and it really is the exact same as the 2K City pretty much. So just go and look at some gameplay there. It's not as big as a 2K City. Go back and maybe look at like the 2K22 City or something like that. That's probably a pretty good indication of what this is going to look like. Not that any of us care too much about that, but this is like a very important piece of the future of FC. I mean, even an Ultimate Team, like, it's an important piece to think about how this is going to affect us, right? Also, saw this unique Riggers tweet here. It's starting to look like EA may not be compensating mistakes in other languages on store packs / SBCs this year, as none of the current mistakes have been compensated this year. Would you say it's a good thing or bad thing? And yeah, looks like the two, I think we had 3 mistakes so far. I think it's 3 mistakes in different languages and store packs. None of them have had compensation yet. So maybe they discussed things with like their lawyers and said, okay, hey, is there any way we can actually get around this maybe and not give compensation out for these store packs? And I'm assuming there's a decent chance that they said, yes, we can, you know, work our magic here here and figure out a way. And I think there's a case to be made. The longer this goes on, maybe pack compensation is done in terms of the other language compensation, right? And I think that's probably a good thing because, you know, no one was really being misled by that, probably. Unfortunately, there maybe were a couple people probably getting misled by this at certain periods, but for the most part, 99.9% of people were not being misled and opening it just because they knew they were going to get compensated for it. Now, to be fair, it's EA's fault they mess up the pack text. Okay, let's talk about the market next year. So, you know what's been a really interesting development over the course of, I guess, the last like 48 hours or so has been the main time since the upgrades came out, is that these Scream cards were so invested in, guys. Every single Scream card here, like there's no other reason they're going down like this other than they were just simply way too invested in. Cabal and Mariona here, right, are the two that are right here. You know, Mariona's 184 now. That is so cheap from where I figured, or like we all figured she was going to be. And Thursday is usually the least amount of gameplay demand in one day. So I think I like her going up, honestly. I think she's going to do really well today. Like today is a great day to buy some of these Scream cards to me, actually. I think people will say, oh my God, the new promo's here. I can't wait to look at the cards. They see them and all the good ones that link in their teams are very expensive. And they go, ooh, Mariona's 180K and she's got that card. I'm going to go buy her and, you know, try and sell her as fast as I can for this weekend league. So I think they're going to go up a little bit today to me. So what I'm going to do personally is play weekend league on Friday. Well, today. Sell my team probably on the Friday night time. Like sell some Scream cards I got in kind of like a good weekend league demand phase. And I think I'm going to buy Sunday night sell-off because I think Monday into Tuesday, as these Scream cards get sold off and people know that they're going to go down again in terms of their stats, right? They're going to buy other cards again. So I think it's going to go back up like kind of Monday night into Tuesday, into Wednesday, into Thursday. Where are the SBCs right now? Don't really got any. So I think my plan is like selling my Scream stuff early this weekend and then probably buying Sunday night again. I like buying other expensive, more rare cards Sunday night. But yeah, it's pretty funny seeing one Scream card went up and it was Cabal. And actually, from where he is right now, he's 88,000. They did not up his price range. Oh, they did actually up his price range. Sorry. Only 20,000 coins, but they did upgrade it. He's up, what, 15 to 20K or so? Which is still a great profit if you bought him. Not a single other Scream card went up. I think they were just so invested in because the upgrades are still very good and it just didn't matter. I think people had them in their club already from the objectives and stuff, and also the investments were insane. Okay, let's read some of your comments now. We got JGM Editing, who says, how do some of my opponents manage to have much better tactics and AI where I feel overwhelmed and have no time or space on the ball? I can never get my tactics or AI to do that. If you feel this way, it's probably a mix of people are very good with second man press and boxing you in a lot of the time. It's not just AI and tactics. A lot of the time, it's going to be someone switches to their DM, second man presses with their right back and traps you in the corner and guards the angle. And, you know, there's ways where it seems like the AI is doing a lot and it's a lot of second man pressing. And a lot of times having high depth definitely helps with that. I think high depth is good if you're good at defending. It will make you like elite at defending. If you're not very good, high depth can be obviously a very big problem. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. Like some formations might be better than others, and you've got some roles might be more active than others. But for the most part, it's going to be someone just good with second man press a lot of the time. And we got Rec Nino, who says basically like, you know, have you joined the dark side? He says this game is not just bad, it's social experiment bad. The gameplay's trash, almost comparable to FC 25. He says right here, yeah, dare I say worse. I miss the version of you who screamed with us, says Rec Nino. And I like, it's funny because my comment section a lot of the time is going to be either, man, you've really joined the dark side. You don't complain or criticize as much as you used to. And the other comments are a lot of the time like, man, you never shut up and just stop complaining for one day. Just stop the complaining. So a couple things with this, I guess. The first thing is like, I just try and sit here and give my thoughts on what I think the game is like. And if I'm like, yeah, the game's not very good, but it's better than last year to me, and that's enough to be like, man, I miss how you used to be. It's like, I get that, but I'm not going to sit here and say something that I don't believe, right? Is this game good? No. There's parts of this game that are horrendous. I play on PC. I've seen that console players are talking about how the delay is worse than ever. But I guess, like, how much should I sit here and complain every day about certain things? Like, do you want to hear the same thing every single day? I don't think anyone wants to hear that. And I don't want to be negative. Like, I do want to try and be positive quite a bit on the channel and say, like, hey, find your fun in the games and find what you enjoy doing and do things that others don't in terms of, like, escaping the FOMO and making fun Evos and doing those kinds of things. Like, I want to take a more positive attitude with you guys, and then when it comes to EA, you know how I feel about them. Like, that's never going to change. And if you stay tuned for the rest of the year, like, you know, and I'm very appreciative that you watch my videos for as long as you have. If you stay tuned for the rest of this year, you're gonna see probably 40, 50 more times where I spend 5 minutes in a video ranting about some bullshit trash decision that EA make. That's just decision making, let alone all the other shit like the predatory microtransactions. Like, you guys know all of this stuff already. I don't need to shove it down your throats. Pause. And it is funny to see in the comment section, it's just people ranting about squad battles. Like, who asked for it to be more challenging? You know, I'm not sure. I don't know who asked for that. If you're a squad battles guy, I apologize that you're struggling to complete the objectives here or whatever. I'm assuming it's a thing of a lot of career mode players wanted AI changes, and I know that there's two different gameplays. I'm not sure EA knows how to code very well, you know, and I think that some of the changes they had to make in all game modes, and that might be why it just happened. That was a side effect of needing to make career mode harder. That could have genuinely just be the case. I don't know what the reason behind it was. But guys, I love you all, and thank you all for watching every day, and I will